This episode of LeapTV is made possible by Opus Salon, your #1 choice for practical, stylish, and trendy hair. Coming up on LeapTV, a branding lesson from Staples. If you hate cold calling, then stay tuned because this episode is for you. And this week's performance tip, starting a gambling fund. Yes, you heard me right. I'm Isabelle Mercier, and this is the show that shows you that small, intentional, and consistent actions lead to massive results. Recently, I went to Staples to buy a new printer. Anyone out there that know me know that I love a new toy, especially if it's to save me time, my team time, and money. And found a printer that could actually fit in my small space. And on top of it, it was on sale, 50% off. And I thought, well, this is serendipitous. So asked the technician if there was, when the sale was until. This is what I wanted to know. And he gave me a date. And I had 2 weeks basically to buy it. So I went back to my studio, made my measurements, looked for a couple of other options as well, came back to this particular option as the best one. Went back to Staples to purchase the printer 3 days before the sale was supposed to end. So I get there, same technician there. So take the printer, notice on the shelf that it is no longer on sale. Thought that's odd. I was told that it was going to be on sale until Friday. It's Tuesday. I'm totally within the realm. Well, the sale has ended now. I don't know why, but it has ended, so we can't give you the sale anymore. I thought, okay, first of all, you can't do that. When you actually promise something to a customer, whatever happens, the promise is there. It's not like someone else had promised me something and that someone else wasn't there and I couldn't prove it, right? So, spoke to the manager. The manager gave me the runaround for days, and I thought, well, now we're truly past the deadline, so the chances of me of getting this still on a 50% off, my chances are getting slimmer and slimmer by the minute. Run around, call back. Eventually, they held to their promise. But why give the customer the runaround when you know that you kind of have to hold to your promise? So what is the lesson here? Although in the end, I got what I was promised, all this runaround is what I'm going to remember. In fact, that's what I'm actually telling you as a story. So, the brand Staples, they actually have this whole easy button, right? Right! Well, that wasn't easy. So now that's what I remember. So remember that building is about building trust, one memorable, positive action at a time. So needless to say, this one goes into my book as a brand hiccup. Now, Leapers, it is time to spark a conversation. I want to know what you have done in the past that has injured your client's trust. And what have you done to rectify that? All you got to do is add your comment below this video at leaptv.com to add your 2 cents. Now, this is a great way to learn from your peers, and it's also a fantastic way to add traffic to your website. So take advantage of it. Now, before we move on with the show, I would love to take a moment to say a little bit more about our sponsor, Opus Salon. Opus is LeapTV's exclusive hair sponsor. At Opus Salon, consultation is their #1 priority to help clients find their best style for them and the easiest way to maintain it at home. They are consistently upgrading their skills to keep up with the ever-changing fashion world and always striving to achieve the best customer service. Head on over to opussalon.com for more information. This week's question is from Jack Rivers from Edmonton, Alberta. Jack writes, I am the owner of a successful small accounting practice here in Edmonton, and I absolutely love what I do, but I hate cold calling. We are a team of 6, so I do have to be consistent looking for new clients and know that I should be cold calling, but just can't get myself to do it. Isabelle, you must be really good at cold calling. can you help me get better at it? Jack, absolutely, I can help you get better at that, but I can do better than this. How about you don't cold call? Cold calling only works when you're consistent with it, and you can truly just be consistent with things that you love. If you don't love it, then don't do it. Here is a fail-proof system, simple strategy actually, that will help you get your cold leads into warm leads. I think we would all agree that it's much easier to phone someone that you've been referred to, wouldn't we? So, here's the thing. Figure out 10 to 20 companies that you would love to work with, that you would love to be introduced to, and send that list to your top clients, whether it's 10 or 50. Just send that list to them and ask them, who do you know in these companies that you can introduce me to, so that you can go from cold to warm in a matter of minutes. You can even send that list on post that list on your LinkedIn page. It's amazing what you can get from a good network. So now here is what a letter like this or an email like this could sound like. Dear trusted clients, I am emailing you to ask for your help and assistance. One of our goals this year is to expand and grow our business by 25%, and we want to do that by only working with amazing companies like yours. As you know, our purpose at LeapZone is to inspire and empower people to raise the bar by gaining clarity, making the necessary pivotal shifts, and ultimately gaining huge momentum. And our coaching programs deliver that and much more. How can you help? It's very simple. Below is a list of companies that I would love to be introduced to. So if you have a key contact at any of these companies or know anyone that could point me in the right direction, that would be much appreciated. Thank you for your trust and contribution to our growth. So obviously, Jack, this is solely a sample. Make it your own, obviously. Make it so that it fits with your brand foundation. But I just wanted to give you out there a bit of a taste so that you can really get started on that. It works. Most of our clients have actually been attained that particular way. So try it out and let me know how it goes. Anyone out there that would have other suggestions for Jack, please don't be shy. Post your comment below this video at leaptv.com. Give it a try. Do you have a burning question about branding, marketing, or anything about business for that matter? Now is your chance to get some free, innovative advice. All you gotta do is click on the Ask Isabel button at leaptv.com. In return for asking a question, Jack wins a 2-month free subscription to myleaptools.com. MyLeapTools is a vital business resource with a constantly growing collection of tips, tools, and must-know winning strategies to help entrepreneurs like you perform like never before. This week's performance tip is about starting a gambling fund. And no, I don't mean a casino fund. What I mean by that is, to be an entrepreneur these days, it takes guts. And for every great idea that you have successfully implemented, there's been, I can probably say, 5 or 6 that have flopped for that good one. So we hate flopping. Who likes to flop? But we all know that it's part of success. So why don't we actually plan to flop and not be so bummed out about it? So, starting a gambling fund is exactly that. Have a fund, whether it's $300, whether it's $10,000. Now, $10,000 might be a bit much for a flopping fund, but it's necessary to have because it will allow you to make decisions not based on scarcity, but based on if you feel like this idea could be it, but you've planned for it, then it doesn't really matter if it flops because you already have a plan for it, a bit of money aside for it. Here are a few examples of how other companies and myself have used a gambling fund in the past. The network BBC, little show that you might know called The Office, well, that was a show that was actually fully expected to flop. But because they had a gambling fund, it helped them make a decision and really go for it. It gave them the little wings that they needed to take a chance. and #1 show today. Now, they didn't know that, gambling fund. Another way of using a gambling fund could be, personal way for me, I have a gambling fund for my parking tickets. It's a stupid thing. It's not huge, but I have a little bit of money aside because I hate parking tickets, but you know what? To me, they're not worth for me running around 3 hours looking for a parking spot. So sometimes I make the decision of, hey, listen, I'm going to park here. If I get a ticket, I have a bit of a gambling fund for that one, right? Simple. Another idea would be, a client that we did a lot of printing for them. And most of the time, we do press checks and printing goes really well. But sometimes it actually flops. And we do need to put more money into the printing process in order to give you the results or give the client the results that they were looking for. But that's a bit of a bugger. It's a damper in the process. But we've established that they needed to create a bit of a flop fund for printing. And that way, the client became actually really happy to use the flop fund or not to use it for 9 times out of 10. So instead of being a damper to the process, you're a bit of a hero because you haven't actually used their gambling fund. So what could you use your gambling fund for? Try it out. It will be a lot less stressful to take a chance. And when you do flop, well, you know that it takes 5 flops for one kick-ass idea. That's it for this week. Remember that everything you've learned here today will do nothing for you unless, of course, you implement it. So take action on what you've learned today and remember that it's much easier to do it than to dwell on it. Never want to miss an episode? Very simple. All you got to do is subscribe at LeapTV.com today. It's free and, best of all, it's hassle-free with our promise to you of only 1 single notification per week. If you want my help with a personalized one-on-one consultation to help your business grow faster, just click on the link that says Isabelle On Demand at LeapTV.com. Also, don't forget to comment and share your ideas and opinions about this week's show because we want to hear them. I'm Isabelle Mercier and you can connect with me via Facebook, LinkedIn, and Twitter. Join me again next week for other great branding lessons and other must-know strategies to help you perform like never before. See you next week. This idling truck is bugging me, but life is life, right?
Your life is life.
That's right. Life is fucking life. This is not CBC.
No, we're not.
Okay. That's it. Hey, folks, we're done.
We're done.
Okay.
Get the hell out of here.
That's right. Go to work, for f***ing sake. What are you doing watching videos?
Go for it.
Okay. That.
That is so it's a tough one.
Danielle!
Okay, I'm cutting off your neck, I'm cutting off.
No!